Hi guys, so it's time for Spirit Talk with Carrie Muggs. And today I just talked every day. I get on and talk to you daily about tapping into your vibration and tapping into your intuitiveness and how you can do that to help you feel guided and be connected to spirit and the divine. So lately I've been pulling some cards from a card deck called Trust Your Vibes because that was the first way I learned how to trust my intuitive instincts and trust what I was getting. So it helped me do exercises to be able to hear from the divine and from spirit. So today we're going to pick a card. And today is get a new story. So I want you to ask yourself, what story are you telling yourself about yourself? Are you telling yourself that you're poor? Are you telling yourself that you're not good enough? Are you telling yourself that you'll never find a great job? Whatever you're telling yourself, that's the story you're going to get, because that's the story that you're going to believe, and that's the story that you're putting out there. So, and you have to remember too that if you're telling your story from past experiences don't make you who you are today. So write a different story, get a new story. And if you dwell too much on the past, then that also will help you to, it disconnects you from the divine. It helps you not be connected. And the way you can hear spirit is to be connected and higher your vibration. So if you're thinking lower vibration things about yourself, then your connection's not going to be as clear as it should be. So I want you today to write a story, write your own story, write a new story. If you don't like what's going on in your life and you don't like the way things are, I want you to sit down and write who you are and who you want to be and how you become that person. And that will help raise your vibration because it's who you are authentically. And all God wants and all Spirit wants is for you to be who you are inside. They don't want you to pretend to be someone to make somebody else happy. They don't want you to pretend to be someone to get a job. They want you to be who you are and to be your authentic self. So make sure that the story you're telling yourself is who you really truly are. And if it's not, then rewrite it. Figure out who you really are and rewrite your story, because there's always time for new beginnings and there's always times to rewrite your story. And sometimes, I know in my life I've had to rewrite my story a few times, and it's hard, but it's okay. And it's kind of fun because it's kind of like you go on a new adventure. But this will help you connect better. Honestly, the fastest way, the highest vibration is gratitude. I've told you that before. But the fastest way to connect to the divine and to spirit is to be yourself and to love who you are, because God is in you. God is part of you. And so if you don't love yourself, then the connection is lost, because the connection to the divine isn't as great. So that's it for today. Sit down, write your new story. If you like your story the way it is, that is awesome, and kudos to you. If there's something in your life that you feel like you can change, then write that story. Sit down and write that story. And then I want you to go back weekly and kind of reread it and remind yourself who you are, who you want to become, and who the divine wants you to be. And so I think that's awesome. I love this one because I like to write new stories sometimes. I like to start brand new. But mostly to forget about your past. Like, what's done is done, and you can only do so much dwelling on it, and it doesn't define who you are. So move past that and write a new story. Don't be the victim. Instead of playing the victim, write a new story where you're the victor. And I know you guys have heard that before, but honestly, when you play the victim or when your story is a lower vibration, it really is harder to connect. So, what this boils down to is loving who you are and loving your story. So figure out a way to start doing that. And your connection is always there. Like I've always said, God is always with you. He always connects to you, but it's us. It's us that blocks that connection. Sometimes it's us that doesn't hear. So the things that I'm telling you each day to do is ways to open that connection. So, and the biggest way is to be and truly love who you are. So ask yourself, do I Do I really? And I know it's kind of really hard to say, everyone says you have to love yourself. You have to love yourself. And it's kind of like a hard thing to do, because to love ourselves, we really have to dig deep sometimes and figure out some of the crap that's in there. And that's okay, because it's time to start that. And that's how you write your new story. Dig in there, get that crap out, figure it out, and start to write your story. Write one that you want to live every day. Write one that you want you to be, and figure out how to do that. Figure out how to be that person. Don't fake it, just be it. So that's one way you open up your connection, and I hope that helps. And I hope these help you. If you have any questions, email me at carrie@carriemugs.com. If you want a live session with me, if you want a session with me, go to my website at carriemugs.com, and you can sign up for a session with me. And if you want to enter for a free session for March, I think if you've seen this before, just send the words free spirit, FREESPIRIT, to the number 44222. And I have a new podcast out this week about following your guides at Spunky Spirit. And if you want to listen to that, go ahead. And I will see you guys tomorrow. And I would love to hear about all your new stories that you're writing.